that if this doesn't hit, this hits. So I try to get an angle where if this doesn't hit, this always hits, right? So I have like a backup. This is what I call a backup ultimate. In the case where I don't hit the first target, I always have, like I always, you know, will have a very high chance that I'm gonna hit the backline target, you know. So now we go in, there is Leona ulti, really good, try to kite on my life. Unfortunately, the way ulti hits me. Right now I just try to make sure it doesn't actually, I almost die. Oh, this guy is so good. I saw his main way after, just so good. But unfortunately, they don't actually take much. And we end up winning this. We do have Vladimir, so we just need to buy time. Bloodthirster third, of course, because I need a bit of defensive and a bit of offensive. I take the red buff because mid lane nothing happens. And then I immediately go towards my team. W from the side here, stay with my team. Just get some vision. And right now I do have ult. I don't want to ulti on the tanks. And I don't have Riven and Vladimir close around. So I'm just gonna keep it chill, keep it slow. Then I recall. I have the item. Here I ping. Please don't fight, don't fight, don't fight, don't fight. I see the Kled ulti, and unfortunately in this specific case I have to stay. If the Kled ulti wasn't going, like if right here Leona just backed off, or at least they don't have Kled and Leona was backing off, then I would just leave and I would get my item. But in this case I had to do this. I have my ulti, so I can just always ult. I ulti in this case because I want to help Riven. Try to stay on the side. Kite. Gonna Nafari. W. Back off. I dodge. Like right there I had like really decent dodge. Really like left. Like here. Look at this. Boom. Left click. Like I had click here. Then go on that guy. I don't want the flash. I don't want the flash. I don't want the flash. I need my flash. I need my flash. I need my flash. I need my flash. I was like, I'm not gonna flash here. I was like, I'm not gonna flash. I need my flash for the team fight. If I really need it, I'm gonna use it. But usually it's really important to not use it if you don't like really need it, because if I use it next time I don't have it. Like I know we can't end here. We're just getting hipsters. Try to push very hard. We push mid lane. We push bot lane. Right now I try to ping my teammates as good as possible. We take this. I let Vladimir take it, and then we go mid. Take this, and we really need to back off right now. We cannot fight. We really need to back off. Everyone has like so much gold. I use E. So we can see if we can actually recall from the middle of the lane. What's going on, guys? Bizai's here with another banger. This is gonna be an amazing video for you to learn AD carry, wave management, recall timing, macro, and mental understanding. How to play with a bad support and how to convert your lead in the lane phase. If you really want to learn AD carry, this is gonna be an amazing video for you. Please watch this until the end. This is me playing on my one of a Smurf. So this is my account. You have my account on the screen. So this is going to be between Diamond 1 and Grandmaster MMR. So this is going to be my account, and you're going to see how I play, how I explain how you should play AD carry. You learn exactly what should you do on AD carry to win a game in terms of the decision making, macro, laning phase to later on, and also draft. This is amazing video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you really want to learn, if you really want to improve. You have to be subscribed to this channel if you want to learn AD carry. Enjoy. The first thing we're gonna do is draft. So the first thing that I do in draft right here, I go into draft, I make sure I am not first pick. Ideally jungle picks before me. Support can be of course a big deal if you want to get a counter, but in this case, since they pick Kai'Sa, if they actually swap with me, I will swap immediately. If they don't swap with me, I don't really say anything. So rule number 1 in the draft, don't swap if they don't swap with you. Rule number 2 in the draft, try to always swap with the jungle because he's the most blind pickable role. Rule number 3 in draft, immediately when you go into the draft, I usually ask, what support do you play, sir? I always ask this because I want to know kind of if I can get some synergy. Of course, I know that you guys play 1-2 champions, some of you, then in that case doesn't matter, just pick your best. But if you have like a 2 champions, 3 champions maximum, then ideally you ask that question and actually adapt a little bit on the draft. Again, remember, do not play a champion that you're actually not comfortable. Playing the comfortable champion is one of the most important things. So this is why I have around 3 champions that I'm comfortable. That's Ashe, Ezreal, and Varus. So right here I have a Senna. The most important thing in the draft is to actually pick a good champion into the enemy team, and then thinking about the synergy is also good. So right here Ashe is super good, Caitlyn is super good, Ezreal is super good. So a good champion into Kai'Sa, Ashe is amazing, Caitlyn is amazing, Ezreal can work, Jhin can work really well against a Kai'Sa. Then a Rell Kha'Zix. So ideally Ashe is not so good into the Kha'Zix, but he's okay into Rell in terms of the kiting. I should probably just go cleanse here. Varus is also pretty good. So there are also a lot of picks here that can work. Then I ask myself, okay, but what is good with Senna? And I say long range. So Ashe is super good with Senna because we can get prior, we can push. Caitlyn is super good, Jhin is super good. So right here, these are the picks. I actually ended up picking Ashe because 1, Ashe is pretty good in the enemy team, and 2, I also have a good synergy with Senna, and 3, our composition is gonna need a bit of engage. Yes, we have Ahri, Charm, and Kled, but other than that, it's gonna be very hard for us to engage because, of course, Kled ulti can be tanked by Mundo, and Ahri, Charm against Rel, Kha'Zix, Heimerdinger. They will have Zhonya's on Heimerdinger. Kai'Sa won't really have bad positioning, so this is why I pick Ashe. Again, the most important thing being, is my champion good into the enemy bot lane, into the enemy team? And if I say yes, things like, okay, but do we have synergy bot lane? Things like, okay, but what does my team need? In this case, engage. These are additional, these are extra challenger players. Think about it, but if you're Emerald, Gold, then don't think about them really. Right there, draft right here on the table. The first thing I did, I swapped with the jungle. Never actually click first if the jungle is there to first pick. He's the most blind pick overall in the game. I always ask my support, what do you play, sir? So I can make sure I have a little bit of synergy. Of course, if you're someone that you play only 2 champions, 1 champion, then just pick your champion, pick your best. You don't need to adapt. But if you can play 2 or 3 champs, you should try to play the best champ of your champion pool, of course. Right now, the most important thing for me when I pick in the draft is my champion good into the enemy team? So right now, there is Corki, AD carry. Into Corki, you can pick pretty much anything. Ezreal is not the best because I'm going to get outscaled and I can't really play aggressive in the laning phase. Varus is good because you can beat Corki in the laning phase. Ashe is good, you can beat Corki in the laning phase. Also, the ultimate is super good. Caitlyn is also really good. Jhin is super good. So there are a lot of picks right here that I could pick. This is the first thing that I ask. Is my AD carry champ that I want to pick good into the enemy team? And then I look at my team and I see what they need. So right now I have Leona. So Jhin is good into Leona. Maybe even Miss Ferten is good into Leona. And then Varus is okay into Leona with Leona. And then I ask, okay, so let's say I want to pick a good champion into the enemy team. That's check. I want to pick a good champion with my support. That's check. And I want to see what my composition needs. In this case, engage. Leona engage is very unreliable. Kha'Zix, Riven, they only need flash to actually engage or flank. It's very conditional engage. So this is why I actually ended up going for the Ashe, because 1, Ashe is really good, a blind pick into this composition, and that's the most important thing. Is my champ good into enemy team? 2, Ashe Leona has a good synergy, and 3, my champion to our team is actually quite decent because I actually provide a lot of engage. Of course, if you're Emerald, if you're Gold, if you're Silver, if you're if you are low Diamond, the most important thing really is this question: is my champ that I want to pick good into the enemy champs that they actually picked? And of course, if they didn't pick anything, you should try to, you know, get a good blind pick. But yeah, things like the thing is, oh, but is Ashe good with my support? Or things like, what does my team composition need? This is what I do in Master, Grandmaster. But for you, if you're like low or elo, as long as you're picking a decent champion into the enemy bot lane composition and enemy composition in general, you should be fine. You should get away with murder. Let's go for the game plan right here. Let's see what was my plan in this case. Again, we said this is Master tier. In reality, it's between Diamond 2 and Grandmaster. Some people are actually last season Grandmaster, some are Diamond 2. We even hit Challenger at some point on this account in terms of the MMR. So let's take a look at this. So the most important thing on my champ is, what does my champ need to do? Obviously, the ultimate and the E, those are the key abilities for Ashe. If I hit my ult, I am gonna higher the chance of winning the game by a lot. If I ult like really good, if the timing of the ult is super good. And the E, of course, we just get good vision. It's an Afari, so it's gonna clear pretty slow compared to a Kha'Zix. So yeah, this is how you play a game on Ashe. Things like kiting, you know, doing damage in teamfights and all of this shit, of course, it's applicable on any AD carry. But the ultimate usage and the E usage on Ashe specifically can actually make the difference usually. Okay, we play Ashe Leona. The first thing that I'm thinking here is, how do I want to play the lane? We play against the Maokai, so are you having trouble converting your early game advantages into wins? Feel like your damage output is lower than it should be, and you feel like you're putting in the work, but you're not seeing really the results? My name is Ashe, with a track record of coaching over 3,659 players with ranks between Iron and Challenger. Here is what I've accomplished with my client. Right here you can see Silver 1 to Emerald 4 in 1 month time with 1 coaching session. This guy right here got to Grandmaster in NA after, when the first coaching session we've done, he was hard stack in Diamond 2. Alex right here, he was Gold 4 1.5 years ago, and he got to Grandmaster 800 LP peak after the coaching session. Here is his master account after just being a gold player a year and a half ago. This is what the coaching session can do to your gameplay. And here is something that you might find inspiring. I've personally climbed from iron to diamond with dealing with 200 ping. Now I'll actually get master tier with 200 ping on this account that you're gonna see right now. As you can see right here, this is Emerald 1 with very decent win rates on some of the champions, and I'm playing pretty well in high Emerald to low Diamond. And I actually play Ezreal as well, as you guys can see right here, and I'm not really scared. If I can achieve this against high Emerald players and low Diamonds playing with such a huge handicap, 200 ping Ezreal, imagine what we can accomplish together with you playing under optimal conditions. Are you ready to see the real progress that you can do? Go to besides.com and book your coaching session now. Let's improve and get better together. It's basically a melee versus melee. It's gonna be who's gonna engage better. So in this case, since a melee versus melee, I will try to get push, and I will actually try to poke them a little bit at level 1. Corki does not have Halo Blades. He has the Conqueror, which is meta right now, Conqueror, because we actually have pretty good tanks. So right now it's very simple. I want to play to win, because Ashe is slightly stronger than the Corki in the early game, especially with him not having Halo Blades. Yeah, we can see here, Master 70% with a Grandmaster Vladimir. We're not talking about low elo. This is not elo. This is UNE. This is you, so it's still like not absolutely top tier AOS Challenger Grandmaster. So you can maybe say, oh, this is like Diamond 2 AOS, kind of like convert. Yeah, okay. The reason why I play on this account is because I just wanted to play. This is actually my first game of the day, warm up, so I didn't want to do anything crazy. It was like, in my view, like pretty good rank, even if it was in a region that is not good. Okay, so yeah, get the push, melee versus melee. Level 2 advantage is important, but if you get the push with Ashe, you can zone. My main goal is to get a slight CS lead. That's my responsibility, and if Leona is gonna go in good, then we can actually kill them. So we can play to win this lane. Playing to win will actually mean that we want to kill them, but from my perspective, if Leona is not doing really the right thing, I am going to be happy even with the CS lead. Good. So let's take a look at this. In terms of the jungles, it's Kha'Zix versus Nafari. So it's actually good to actually think that, you know, we're going to win 3v3 mostly, because I've cleansed against Maokai. Obviously, I had to cleanse. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to hit the minions constantly a little bit here, as you can see right here. And obviously, I'm going to walk up and try to maintain pressure. As you guys can see, pay attention to what I'm doing right now. The first thing that I'm doing in the lane phase is very, very simple, okay? Very simple. So I'm gonna try to get push. I immediately muted my Leona because I saw she's actually caps looking because our mid laner died. So I'm immediately holding on my mantle. Gonna hit different minions right here. I'm gonna stay really up here because I know my range is actually quite decent compared to the Corki. Corki plays the brush, which is really good. He should have played like a little bit more there. I do get the push here, and I'm gonna stay on the left angle. I ping the brush, maybe hoping that Leona will be human and will actually know how to position it, but she doesn't know. She stays behind me. I'm trying to zone by myself. Since it's Maokai level 1, I know it's pretty much a 1 versus 1 with Corki. Pay attention to what I do right here. This is really important that I actually take the aggro slightly of the minions here. As you guys can see, I take the aggro on the left here like this. I try to take even the caster aggro. So I pull a little bit the minions to the left, and all of these minions that I pulled actually hit only one minion. Right now, I'm pinging the Kha'Zix. Leona should immediately move. I could immediately push, but the thing is my push power is not really that big at this point in time. So Leona should immediately move. And I should have just, like now, there is no reason for me to push because I can't really follow. So this is actually my mistake. So in the beginning of the play, I should have actually pinged a lot faster. Like right here, I should have already pinged because Kha'Zix is there. And what I should have done is that when they leave, I should walk up, be here. So I can give vision to the Corki, to the Kha'Zix of the position of Corki and Maokai. So he knows that they are actually pretty advanced in terms of how close they are to the Kha'Zix. And after I saw they're actually following, I can immediately move, or I can just push the waves to make sure Corki doesn't move. So this was a little bit of my mistake. Of course, we're flaming Leona right here with the Kha'Zix. I immediately mute him. I don't care. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try my best. You know, this was a little bit like 50% of my mistake, and it was like 50% Leona's mistake. So we both had to do with this. So yeah, that's why I usually just like to mute, you know, play my game. I focus on my game. Right now we push, try to W from the angle. As you guys can see, W from the angle right here. Boom. I push as fast as possible here. Try to use my Q as well. The moment I see a flame, I try to ping the Leona. I should have pinged a little bit earlier. And then right here, since I know Maokai is pretty chunked, I try to pressure. How do I pressure? Well, I try to W back off immediately, facing on the tower. Try to hit the tower right now. Leona is trying to recall, but then I try to ping her that she should stay. Staying max range to the tower so I don't get an unnecessary poke. Right now I try to space a little bit on the Corki. I know he just wants to look to Q me here very soon. So try to dodge. Really good dodge right there on the right. Leona is just staying really far away. She doesn't really know how to play Leona. And in this position, I'm like, okay, let me just perma push. Because if we perma push, we can actually reset this to the waves. And we know that Kha'Zix can't really be here. The Maokai was level 1. Now he's level 2. I'm gonna keep doubling. And even when I'm doubling, you can guys pay attention to the W. It's always on 2 people right here. I don't really want to W only the minions or only the Maokai. Usually I want to W both people or the guy that has lower HP, that is in this case Corki. Right now I'm perma pushing. The reason why I'm perma pushing is because 1, we're not gankable. If Kha'Zix comes, if Nafari comes here with Leona, I have cleanse, so if they actually go on me, we easily win this. We can kite back. 2, Kha'Zix is also like close around proximity. He's at the red buff, so we're pushing this one. I'm not really gonna recall because I have only 870 gold. I go for a little bit of a vision because we get the push. I see also Kha'Zix advancing in the river. I take this so we make sure he's not at the gromp. I'm gonna stay on the left hand side right here. I play really good fog of ward. Did you guys see that? Like I take the ward, I act like I go like this. So I take the ward, I go like this, so they don't see me. And then now I play fog of ward. They don't even know me. I double. He doesn't know what hits him. And then right now I'm like really confident because I know that even if they try to make something happen here, a little bit of a trade. Do you wanna try to go? I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what is that? I would anyways try to hover a little bit. If she dies, she dies. So the approach is always I want to try my best. If she goes in, I will try to hover if it's hoverable. If not, then I'll just try to make my best to not make the play worse. Obviously going to go for a little bit of poke here, W on both of them. And right here another player would actually push. There is no reason to push because they are so under pressure. Kha'Zix is bot lane. I don't know where they're gonna go for these minions. So I just zone. I just zone. Zone. You look at my clicks. Now I'm like, I'm gonna push a little bit, but then I'm like, okay, Corki is walking up the minions. There is no reason to just push. Let me try to zone. So here I have a really good recall. I could recall because I have 1.2k gold and they're actually pretty under pressure in the tower. I know that we can. The reason why I don't recall here is because I know that we can exert a lot of pressure on them. If you really think about it, they are like half HP and we're permanently pushing. Corki is actually losing a lot of farm. We're gonna see his farm very soon. So I'm like, okay, I could recall right now. But since I see that Corki is actually missing a lot of farm in this case, I'm actually going to stay to pressure him more. If he had 40 farm like me and I see he's farming really well into the tower, the best recall is now. I crashed the way in the tower. I have enough gold. And the most important thing, one of the most important things as well here is that this wave is actually really far. So if I recall now, by the time that I'm going to be at my inhibitor, the wave will actually just reach the middle of the lane. And then Corki will try to push. And then I'll most likely miss like 1 or 2 minions. So there are a lot of variables here. If they are very healthy, there are a lot of variables here that could tell me go recall because you have enough gold. The next wave is really far. It wasn't a cannon, but it doesn't have to be a cannon. If it's really far and I know they can't really push it in time, then it doesn't have to be a cannon. Now I actually look at the next wave. I'm like, okay, we can't pressure them. It is also a cannon. We can't really pressure them, so I'm just going to recall immediately here. I ping on my way in case they try to stop me. I buy the items and it's GGBG. We can see that they immediately recall. This is a really good, really smart decision by Corki. So exactly what I said, right? The moment I press B, the wave is really far, right? Pay attention to this, guys, because this is important. I press B exactly when the wave is like right here. So it's pretty far, right? And Corki knows that in order for him to punish me, to push that wave, the wave needs to arrive first, he needs to push, then the wave needs to go into the tower. So he can't really make that commitment and he can't really push because the wave was pretty far when I started my recall. So he actually recalled immediately. This is called in Challenger tempo recall. If it was a non-cannon wave, he could have probably pushed it. But even if it was a non-cannon wave, it's still better to just tempo recall in a case like this for Corki. Just because the wave, as I said, was really far and the time that it actually takes for the wave to come into the mid lane, the middle of the lane, actually quite high. Therefore, that he actually decided to tempo recall right there. Of course, it was a cannon wave as well, so it was a kind of easy decision to make. Yeah, so tempo recall right there. When you recall, you think about your money, if you have enough for the item, and the position of the next wave to see if he's actually gonna be able to punish you. Cannon wave or not can help, but usually it's not really gonna be the decision maker factor. Okay, right here I am going to have a freeze here. Obviously, as I'm going to go to the lane, I look at my wave. I see that it's coming into me. It's very important to click there to see what is going on. Oh, but I have the minimap. I can see. Like, you can't see on the minimap how many minions that you are pushing into you or not. Better to just look there to move your camera. I use my E. I see Nafari top. Moving on the left, moving on the right. I'm trying to zone him. There is no reason for me to hit the minions here. Staying into the brush because you exert 10 times more pressure if you stay into the brush rather than if you pressure and he sees you. So what I do right here is a bit of a mind game. Corki knows that something is going on. Corki knows that Leona is behind. So what I do is that I walk up to see if he's going on Leona, but then I immediately back off. Because if I just walk up massively at him, he will know that something is going on. So this is why I'm clicking like kind of fake back to kind of make him think that, you know, okay, I'm not walking up and stuff like that. So right now I'm actually pushing. The reason why I'm pushing is because I see Maokai is top. I actually saw him top lane a while ago, if you guys can see. So look at this. Maokai is top lane. I could have pushed now. The thing is, if Maokai is going to engage and go back to bot lane, I will try to push this wave, but the next wave, like, I would not be able to actually push all of them, both of them, right? And Corki will get free farm. So here I'm not pushing. Maokai is still top. So the reason why I'm pushing now is because I saw Maokai now. I saw that he's actually committing to this. So there is no way he's going to go back to bot lane. So now I can break this little freeze that I have. And I can actually just push. This is the reason why I actually pushed now. Leona is behind, Maokai is top lane, and we're not just happy with the, you know, Corki missing some minions. We want to pressure him into the tower, and this is what we did. He can't really stay into the tower. We try to perma push because Maokai is mid lane. If Maokai is just mid lane, I usually always think about, can he come back to the bot lane? Because if the answer is yes, then I even slow push even if he's mid. Of course, the usual play is push the wave immediately when you see the guy. When you see the guy kill right here on the screen right here, when you see the guy on mid lane, you should usually push. But if you know he can make it in time on bot lane, obviously don't do it. Okay, so what do we have on the screen right here? Very simple. I'm pushing, just getting W. Okay, still mid. So what is it gonna happen? Let's see. Okay, comes bot. I'm looking there. I'm paying attention to the camera as well. Kha'Zix is going to invade here, as we can see on the minimap. I should stay on the left hand side so I can have access to follow this. I stay on the left hand side here to W. I use my E. Okay, I do have my ulti right here, and what I do, I W. I'm acting pretty confident because I know he's low. I'm pinging on my way on top of myself because I know that we can go in. I ulti, go in, cleanse immediately, and then right now try to kite. Do not flash. I have biscuit right now. I'm gonna go for that last minion. I look at the Drake before I spawn. I recall. And then I just recall immediately. We do not have prime mid, and he's actually in danger right there, but unfortunately the chances of me being able to move there is actually really low because I'm gonna risk. If I had half HP, I could, even though I don't have ult, but with this HP I risk too much dying, so I'm just not gonna follow. The reason why I actually stayed here is because I know that Corki will actually move, and I know that I can push this wave, so maybe I can force him to stay. My intention wasn't to stay here to actually, you know, help them necessarily. It was basically indirectly help them by pushing the wave. So the right play was just stay into the brush. You cannot follow. The chances of you dying there is too high. Don't stress yourself with following. This is the right play. Then right now, I really wanna thank the stuff, and then I recall. Right now, I see that I'm gonna go for a little bit of AD and a little bit of attack speed. I think ideally I go Retrix into Recurve Bow because I get on hit damage for Leona. Leona is an engaged support, so going Recurve Bow is very, very nice because you do damage on hit. And Retrix is good for movement speed and AD, so you get a bit of more damage for the W. I'm 70 farm against 40 farm, 8 minutes of the game. Playing quite well right here. I know that Corki is there. I try to maintain the wave here for a little bit. But then I'm like, okay, let's push. And the reason why I'm pushing here is because I saw it on the minimap that Maokai is committed to going mid. I saw that this guy has 40 farm on Corki. I knew that Maokai is just gonna let the Corki, you know, suffer. So here I'm like, let's play aggressive. Okay, I saw the Corki actually recalling. Maokai is mid lane. I push this. I ping on my way. Ping on my way is really important because when I see my support recalling, I ping on my way so he stays because I don't know where is the enemy jungle still. And Corki could just come. I'm looking for my ultimate. Try to actually get an angle there. Really close. Really close. Then here Leona should again move. I'm going to take the plate. Push the wave as fast as humanly possible. W on all the minions. Stay on the left here. Really important because Leona is approaching the Tribush. So positioning level king. And then we just try to get the tower. Right here I try to kite a bit. Corki is really strong. Unfortunately this was my mistake and I should have died here. The Leona did very good here. I just try to back, and he actually gets me. So this is my mistake. This is my map awareness. Usually I just like to say my bad, sorry. It's really important. Actually, you know, take the responsibility of your mistakes. Yeah, 90 farm in 10 minutes. Pretty decent. Wave management was really good. This Corki couldn't really do much inside of the game. Now I'm gonna go Recurve Bow because on hit damage is important when you have a melee support against a melee support. You're gonna fight a lot melee versus melee. I'm still having a decent lead in terms of CS, but I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to win this game. Yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult. We didn't actually try to punish them. Leona is not moving, and okay, right here I ulti. Yeah, Leona is not really taking an advantage on the Corki because Maokai is moving, and we're not really taking a big advantage on the Corki. We're always making him lose farm. Did my mistake. I should have looked a lot more. Usually you look for like 3 to 4 seconds, see the body language, and then you ulti. That was a bit unlucky as well. We take the tower. Leona stays there. She tried to scare him. We know Nafari was actually top lane. There is also grubs. I'm gonna perma push here. Leona stays into the brush. Then what do? I use my E. And then now again try to get the tower. I see that they are not trying to contest this, so what I do very soon is that I don't take the tower. I just let the tower kill some more minions. I see Kha'Zix is invading, so if you're just staying here and they're fighting, that would be a very bad thing. But since I know that they were on void links, I got a little bit greedy to actually, you know, let this wave got killed by the minions, by the tower, and then I just focus on the minion wave. Obviously it's better take the tower, run. It's a first blood tower, back off, you know. So now I have a pretty decent lead, and I have like 9 farm per minute, 9.5 or something, so I'm doing quite decent right here. I do have Kraken Slayer in base, try to W on the minions so I can hit only those 2 minions. He has 68 farm with Corki. This is, remember, a master tier game. So now what do? Well, in this case, I had to recall. Like right here, I should not stay. I should not stay. I should take the tower and recall. The problem with this recall is after I push this tower, this wave, which I can't do it right now because Nafari is there, they're just gonna push immediately. And if I press B right now, the next wave is quite close. It's quite close. In this case, there is no tower for them, and they have actually a lot of push power in this case. It's not like a level 3. And now I'm like, okay, should I recall? Should I recall? And then I get caught here. Obviously, I wouldn't recall anyways because they can push these waves really, really fast and they can take the tower. So I'm just gonna stay. We press B, but then I'm like, okay, they're pushing, so I'm gonna stay. Obviously, the best case scenario is look at the Corki, see if he's pushing, and then if he's pushing, then ping Leona to stay. You stay as well, because if they can take the tower and push the wave really fast, then obviously staying would be an option. Now I have 1.8k gold. Try to get the ultimate. Close. Close. Right now I just try to like punish them a little bit. I don't want to let them get the plate, but they end up getting it. And now I'm like, okay, I want to recall, but I can't recall now because they'll push so fast. So I'm just gonna stay a little bit more. Throw the E, obviously the W from the angle where it's like really good. I see this a lot for Ashe players. W on all of the minions from the side. It's that simple. Don't be a bronze player. Don't stay here in W. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. Ooga Booga, we're recalling here. I see that they're not actually in the lane to push immediately. So I'm like, okay, if they're not here, you know, I'm gonna immediately recall. I'll come back to bot lane. But in this case, I actually go mid. The reason why I go mid is because I know that this wave is lost anyways and he's gonna get a tower. So I'm just gonna rotate mid because that's what you do after you take bot tower. You try to group mid. Then I try to go on this guy. Cleanse immediately. If he goes on me, he can't really do much because I kited really well. It's really important right here to ping. Like as you guys can see here, he pings and I confirmation ping here. I also ping like this assistance. Cleanse immediately so he doesn't pull me into his team. Try to kite as good as I can. And then right here, I try to W, go on Nafari, go Nafari. Okay, right here, back off. I should dodge that, but now I got. It was very fortunate that I got the. I got that movement speed from the boots. Right here, I am a bit greedy, but now the Kled has no Q, so I can actually go in. I was actually a bit too scared. Like the moment Q of the Kled is done, I should just walk up immediately. Right now, I use my E. I shot call the game. That's how you convert your lead into the game. Then I ulti because I see he's really, really low. And then we try to kill him. This guy misses. That even misses. We push. I ping the Herald right now. And after we push, we know that the people are just going to come back. I try to push this wave as fast as humanly possible. I'm not even following. This is a high intensity moment. I'm not even following the guy there. I push this wave. And then I recall. I cannot stay for the Herald. It would be a big overextension because I'm low HP. I go. Try to buy. It was very interesting call. I mean, this is why I hate this server like UNE, because people are very, I mean, they just do random stuff. Like we're doing his jungle on Nafari, we're doing grubs. He can just take the scuttle or he can just go there. And what he does, he just goes in that brush and he goes on me right here. Super conflict play, but I had flash and I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna touch there really, really well. Remember that this Hui was a Grandmaster player. Playing only Hui, he was not a weak player. He was an amazing player. Now they push, so I could stay, but obviously I'm so low. So okay, now I'm actually staying. The reason why I'm staying here is because the chance of me dying here is really low because they already followed there. I can get this free wave, So I'm gonna take it, and after I take it, I recall immediately. Kha'Zix, he is just trying to escape. Go back to mid lane because that's where I need to stay. And right now it is mid game. So mid game, it's all about using the ulti well, and it's all about playing around your teammates. I see Leona is going for vision. This is something that you can see really well. I click here and I stay around Leona because she goes for the vision. So I hover her a little bit. Then I pay attention to the mid wave. Quirky is pushing mid wave. I come back to the mid wave because getting mid prior, or at least taking the wave that Quirky pushes, is quite important. There is that. Go back to mid here. Pay attention to how much gold I need for Phantom Dancer. I recall and I actually buy Hurricane. Ulti from me. Why do I buy Hurricane? Because they have a lot of melees. Like right here, they have Nafari, they have Maokai, Kled. So if they usually have 3 targets that are melee, I usually take this. Phantom Dancer is really good as well for the extra movement speed that you get, and a lot of attack speed too. Right now I know they're gonna go for the mid. I ping and then I try to ulti. Pay attention to my click when I ulti. I click here. So the reason why I click there is because if I don't hit Maokai and he has some crazy movement, I'm gonna hit Corki. If I'm not gonna hit Corki, I'm gonna hit Maokai. This is like really good. Ping W, try to go on my right hand side here so I can kite. Let's see if I can win this fight. I'm gonna try to go on Corki here. This is really good what I do here. I go on the Corki. I go a little bit on that guy, but then I just go try to focus Corki. Then try to focus the closest target. Try to go on the left here just because I want to stay towards my teammates. Then I want to eat the eye. Kite. This guy tried to actually go for the wall. He couldn't redo it. Very fortunate I actually got here. Then we're just pushing mid. So what do you do after you get kills? You just need to punish. You need to get objectives, towers, waves, anything. Riven is pushing top lane. We're taking mid. And after we're taking mid, we're taking another mid. I'm paying attention to the timers. Nafari is going really soon here. I try to kill. Let's see what happened there. So I know that they're all coming. So I was very paranoid with this call. I try to follow a little bit, but I click back and I try to not like keep myself. Do the auto attack reset to the Q as well. Double good decent kiting there. Getting the minion right there and just backing. I do have a little bit of good dodge there. And I'm just backing. I'm pinging on my way so people can actually see that I'm here. It's super important to actually Riven and Kha'Zix to see that I'm there. Also for Vladimir, I'm pinging on my way. I'm not pinging on my way because I want to fight. I have 1.3k gold. Now they're actually fighting. I could just recall and ignore them. But since it's a 3v3 and it is winnable and I have enough HP, I'm actually kind of hovering here as we can see. Taking the wave. What do I do now? I need to recall, but since they push, I will most likely just stay. And after I take this wave, I will just instantly recall. Super important. The wave is very far right now, so I don't need to stay. And I anyways wanted to recall. I recall. They are on Drake, but in this specific case, I have a BF sword, so I'm not gonna stay. Patting towards mid lane because that's when I want to be. I don't want to be close alone in the jungle. Then I see that my jungle is contesting. I'm anyways going for a very safe route, as we can see right here. And then being on my way on mid lane, then we can go there. I'm not sure ulting here because the Leona and Riven are not here. So I saw that we actually lost Drake. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna pull back. There is no reason to be here anyways. I'll let this guy tank the ulti. I ulti the Kled so we can just kill him really fast. Try to W. Let's see what's gonna end up happening here. I'm gonna stay super close to my teammates. I'll try to ping on my way that actually want to, you know, go in. But unfortunately we can't do it anymore. And they are pushing the wave. I'm staying on the left hand side here as well, so they can't really catch me. Taking the tower really good. And then right now we actually fight there. This is actually my mistake. I should never leave them. My camera control was very bad. I was like, okay, we're definitely gonna lose this, but as we can see right here, this is like really winnable. So I should have been there. This is my bad and it's a camera control move. I just went top lane. I'm like, if they die there, I would say just I'm sorry. I should not have left you. I mean, farm is important, but if you're fighting there, obviously I want to be there because in the case where we just kill like 2-3 people, we can go Nash. Kha'Zix is alive. Farm is important, but don't just give up the game like that. Then recall. I go for Bloodthirster. The reason why I go for Kraken Slayer here is because they have the Kled. They also have the Maokai, so I need a bit of, damage. The Borg build is also good if they have a lot of HP in the team, and the Static Shift is also good if they don't have tanks. And then there is the Kraken Slayer Static Shift build if they have a lot of like range. So there is that option as well. Let's take a look what happens here. So right now I'm going mid lane. After I'm going mid lane, I try to push mid, but then I see he actually got some vision. Leona is hovering on the left hand side. There is no way for me to push. I'm hovering my support to get vision. This is something that not many AD carries do below master tier from my experience with coaching sessions. I'm pinging assistance. Then I'm like, okay, wave mid lane is quite far. I'm not gonna go there. Let me hover Leona. Let me hover her Vladimir a little bit. And then I'm also paying attention to mid lane wave simultaneously. As I'm doing this, Leona is very deep. I can't really go there because it's just I'm Ashe. Then wave is coming into me right now. I go collect it, and after I collect it, I do the push here. We push it really fast on mid lane. Then I ping the Baron. I'm pinging assistance because I see Hui bot lane, Corki mid lane, of course. This Hui has TP. Is that? Is that? Then we go back to mid lane. Kha'Zix is right there. He should be on the Nash. But what do you do when your guy doesn't actually know what he's doing? You play around him. So I could just ping the Baron. This is what I did. But he still keep playing for the Riven, which is the wrong play. But what can you do? What can you do? So you just play around him, right? If he's doing the like stupid stuff, I'm pinging him. Assistance, please, man. Back, assistance, please. What are you doing? But if the SS ping, I will never ping. He actually said he didn't have smite. Well, he probably used the smite on like Scuttle or something. So yeah, we don't talk about that. But yeah, what do you do if your jungle doesn't agree with you? No problem. You just try to make the best out of it. Follow his calls in a way. Like now, I wanted to ulti, but I know he can just go over the wall. I'm staying really close to my teammates. I'm hovering them. Then I'm going back to mid lane because I see that wave. I'm always paying attention to the waves, but always, if I can, be in the fights with my teammates. W on the wave. Play with the Kha'Zix. We go for the Baron right here. We go for Vision. Not necessarily for the Baron. I'm looking for my ultimate, and then I just ulti right there. Why do I ulti like that? Well, I know we have to actually go in. The guy was right there, and I ulti in the middle. Like, he's most likely, if I don't hit him here, he will hit Corki. I saw Corki right there as well. I know Leona ulti can actually reach here. She flash ult here. This is actually a bad call because the 3 versus 4. So we can easily lose this. Kiting for my life here. Going to go back. I do not cleanse. I'm like very confident. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to cleanse. I can live without cleanse. Then I'm going on the left here, Hui positioning. Then I'm going to go a little bit up here. So I can just isolate myself just with the Riven, not going on that angle. Right now a W. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Pinging on my way that I actually want to like do something. I W, try to hit over the wall. Then Corki goes in. I'm super like I don't flash, and then here I just flash. So I was like really confident to not flash in a case like this because I really need flash. There is Maokai, there is Nafar, there is Kled. So right here, didn't want to flash. Now was fine. But then he's just flashed auto. I had really good reaction timing and I just flashed after. But you know what happens if someone flash auto attacks you? It's like no matter how fast you are, if he gets his auto attack, it's like GG. So the best play is like if I see that he's getting in range, just flash preemptively, thinking that he's gonna flash, and it's just better. But yeah. Pretty bad. This was my bad. Should not go in 4v5. Vladimir died. I was like, okay, we can get a pick, but we didn't have like enough information that, you know, people are, you know, bot lane or we have number advantage. So this was not the right play. So let's take a look what happens here. So I'm gonna go mid. There is my teammate is on the side. Right here, unfortunately, they are fighting. Kind of stupid, but you know, SoloQ. This is SoloQ, so there is that. Let's see. Thing on the side, W, hitting over the wall. I try to ulti. Go over the wall, go over the wall, go over the wall. Q, go over the wall. Really good W by the Ashe. I've cleansed. I try to cleanse here. I slightly miss the timing. Go on the Maokai. Left. Don't go into the flame. Corki. Okay, I did miss a click here. You really like, guys, pay attention to this. Corki, and then I go on Maokai, Corki, and then yeah, a little bit of a mechanical. I mean, you can't really play perfect, and even if you watch like Ansama, Upset, whatever phase, they are gonna miss some clicks, you know, from time to time. So I'm not really concerned with that. So unfortunately, I mean, it was not that bad. Kha'Zix can stay here, and we can just do Drake. So there is that. So let's see what's gonna happen. Then I'm gonna go to mid lane. Course, I'm gonna take the mid lane wave, and then I'm gonna go just towards my teammates. What is the angle that I ulti? Very simple. On an angle where like here, this is like always working. Like I ulti like that because if they are here, I hit someone. If they are not, then I hit that point. Like it's always, I'm always so good at geometry. Like I know that if this doesn't hit, this hits. So I try to get an angle where if this doesn't hit, this always hits, right? So I have like a backup. This is what I call a backup ultimate. In the case where I don't hit the first target, I always have, like I always, you know, will have a very high chance that I'm gonna hit the backline target, you know. So now we go in, there is the one ulti, really good, try to kite on my life. Unfortunately, the way ulti hits me. Right now I just try to make sure it doesn't actually, I almost die. Oh, this guy is so good. I saw his main way after. It was so good. But unfortunately, they don't actually take much. And we end up winning this. We end up winning this. We do have Vladimir, so we just need to buy time. Bloodthirster third, of course, because I need a bit of defensive and a bit of offensive. I take the red buff because mid lane nothing happens. And then I immediately go towards my team. W from the side here, stay with my team, just get some vision. And right now I do have ult, I don't want to ulti on the tanks, and I don't have Riven and Vladimir close around, so I'm just gonna keep it chill, keep it slow. Then I recall, I have the item. Here I ping, please don't fight, don't fight, don't fight, don't fight. I see the Kled ulti, and unfortunately in this specific case I have to stay. If the Kled ulti wasn't going, like if right here Leona just backed off, or at least they don't have Kled and Leona was backing off, then I would just leave and I would get my item. But in this case I had to do this. I have my ulti, so I can just always ult. I ulti in this case because I want to help Riven. Try to stay on the side. Kite. Gonna Nafari. W. Back off. Nice dodge. The right there I had like really decent dodge. Really like left. Like here. Look at this. Boom. Left click. Like I had click here. Then go on that guy. I don't want the flash. I don't want the flash. I need my flash. I need my flash. I was like, I'm not gonna flash here. I was like, I'm not gonna flash. I need my flash for the team fight. If I really need it, I'm gonna use it. But usually it's really important to not use it if you don't like really need it, because if I use it next time I don't have it. Like I know we can't end here. We're just getting hipsters. Try to push very, very hard. We push mid lane, we push bot lane. Right now I try to ping my teammates as good as possible. We take this, I let Vladimir take it, and then we go mid. Take this, and we really need to back off right now. We cannot fight. We really need to back off. Everyone has like so much gold. I use E, so we can see if we can actually recall from the middle of the lane. And then right here, I just reset. I used my blue trinket, so we see Nafari walking there, because now they should really go for the... They should really go for the Nash. And then, I mean, I will never fight here. I will never fight here. Like, we are so... Like, we really need to recall, right? But the problem is that he gets caught. I have 3.4k gold, so I could ignore. The reason why I didn't ignore is because I have my ult. And now he's actually really... Like, we have so many people around, and my ult is guaranteed. My ult is really guaranteed, because if I ulti now, it's impossible for him to dodge. He can't dodge into a wall. He has to click here. No one does that. So he goes here or here. So this ult is really good, and this is why I stay. Because we always get a kill here minimum, right? This is a very adaptation call. Then we just go in. I do have flash, and I just flash. Do you guys see that? Like, it's so simple, okay? Just conserve your flash and just commit to it. Like now, I know it's Hui, and I know that the guy is like the Grandmaster then 1 Hui, like he was completely godlike. I W flash commit, super confident, try to get a W, and then right now we actually can potentially end the game. Try to hit over the wall right here as much as I can. Couldn't really hit him, and then I ping the wave. I want to protect the wave. I want to protect the wave. I want to protect the wave. I'm pinging here, protecting the wave. Very, very, very good. Can we end here? Looks like we can end, maybe. Just try to hit the tower, stay on the left. I'm super far away from the Nafari. And then right here, I actually realize that we cannot end. Then I try to go on the Kled here. And then I end up dying right here. I do have cleanse, but my cleanse won't really save me. Let's see if my teammates can actually end here. They kill that guy. They can try to kill this guy, but I don't think they will be able to unless they have flashes. Okay, they even missed again. Even is a champion that's, yeah, he should play if you're like one trick, no? Like this guy's so boosted. But anyways, even though like we had Leslie when I was like 0-3, she didn't do much in the lane, she was getting flamed by everyone. I just muted that. I just muted them, play my game. Like it didn't really test much about like, you know, what is she doing and stuff like that. So now I get Mortal Reminder, and I'm like, should I get Phantom Dancer? Should I start any item? And then I'm like, no, I'm gonna buy BF Sword and Elixir. This is good. But in hand side, I think it's better to just buy an item. Like you buy Mortal Reminder, and I think this one is good. Or even Phantom Dancer. Like buy a full item. I don't know why I actually bought just that. So now we go to the mid lane. There is the Baron. I ping the Baron. Let's see what happens here. So I go towards Baron. I ping Baron. They're fighting top. I'm pinging Baron. There is no reason to fight top. There is no reason to play like this. We have 2 inhibs. Take Baron. It's over. But then since my teammates don't really follow, I'm actually okay. If they don't follow, then let me follow them. Because as an AD carry, you're not very proactive player. You in the later stages, it's a lot more important situations like this, or what is my team actually doing? Because what you want to do or what you think it's right, I mean, it's good to call, like shot call the game and try to, but Majority of the cases they just won't listen. I'm like, do not stop trolling. And then this is the first time I actually say something, and it's in regards to like starting a call. I don't like, I see so many people, they constantly talk in the chat, they're just wasting the time. Just play your game, try your best, mute, you know, if you can say something positive, good job and stuff like that, it's good, but don't stress much about the chat, you know. I wouldn't say it can help you. And there are some, like I saw in Grandmaster when I play AOS, there are some high win rate players. Ooh, can you follow? I can't follow that, it's so hard. W on the side, stay good positioning, left, right, left, right. You wanna go in, but I can't just face check the tank, the flame. Okay, nobody goes in. I try to hit over the wall, hit over the wall, hit over the wall, hit over the wall, over the wall. Then I cleanse instantly there. He can't redo anything. And right now I know he's gonna flash, but I get my W, and here it just looks like it's over. This way, 10-1, Grandmaster, really good. Yeah, I see a lot of like Grandmaster players or Master AOS 70-80% win rate. They type a lot because, you know, they want to shot call the game. I mean, if you're that good, then I think it can work. You know, if you're consistently better than your challenger and you're playing a Master, then yes, or gold and you're playing bronze 4. But most of the players, if you're like playing in your rank, I mean, don't type, right? Don't type. So there is that. So super important. Don't tilt, mute all, play around your teammates, try to shot call. But if they don't answer, if they don't redo anything, then you do the right thing that you should do. Level 15 against level 17. This way was absolutely bonkers player. I hit my ults, I didn't tilt, and I just won. You know, and we saw Kha'Zix saw it even like just missing the Q over the wall. Like it was just not good. Okay, we won. We ended up winning that, and that's what's the most important thing, right? Now I want to see the damage. So we did 44,000 damage. This is decent because, okay, of course we did basically the most in the game. 44 in 34 minutes. It's not bad. It's more than 1,000 damage per minute. What's important is that I have 5 deaths. Because if I have 10 deaths and I did 50,000 damage, I have 5 deaths. I did die just 5 times against this composition, which is decent. So yeah, it was just a good game, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this kind of content. Obviously, this is gonna go first on Patreon. Videos like this and Tierlists are on Patreon first, but you're gonna also see on the YouTube as well. Yeah, we're just playing in Master Tier, GGBG. Let me know what kind of other content you'd like to see, and thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video, and don't forget about coaching. Check out my coaching session if you want to get better. Definitely check out my coaching session, guys. Bye bye, see you in the next video. $5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.